Welcome to, I'm going to call this the Izzy Show. Why not? Today we are discussing part of the Get Visible method and really talking about how you get visible, but not only getting visible, but to also be remembered. As I have discussions with people, of course, a lot of businesses are talking about, like, I don't know what to post. I don't know how to post consistently because I'm running out of ideas. I'm not really sure what my audience needs to hear. And setting aside some of those problems, I invite you to listen as we really talk about like that underlining of what it really takes to get visible and what it really requires to be remembered. So, as we look at this, I want you to imagine the radio stations. Do we remember? I know a lot of us don't listen to the radio. I'm curious. Do you still listen to the radio? I've listened to NPR, um, but when we're talking about the radio, musical artists playing. And these songs that even if they came on today, let's say 10, 20 years later, you could still remember the majority of the words in that song. And you might even still remember that person's name. Why? How does that happen? Why does it happen? And you might notice now, if you did turn the radio on, it's like, oh my gosh, it's the same 10 songs over and over and over. And that can be really annoying when you don't like the song, but you can still get it stuck in your head. And it works out really great when you do love the song. So, as we take on that analogy, allow that analogy to be the foundation as we start this conversation today. Now, this is going to be a short training, so I'm not going to take a ton of your time. We're just talking maybe 10 minutes to really emphasize how you can put this into play within your day and within your mindset when you go to plan your social media as well. First and foremost is this overall thought of, oh my gosh, I'm going to be annoying if I keep posting the same message over and over. First and foremost, again, coming back to that radio station, if it's a song that you wanted to hear, you don't mind seeing it over and over. And each time you listen to it, you might start to gain a new insight on the lyrics of that song. So within your social media post, having these different ways of approaching content or the same message is allowing your audience to learn through repetition, which is how the mind works. We learn through repetition. Now, within a radio station, there is also the ads that play, and an ad works best when it's played repetitively and it is sprinkled throughout the day. The more it's played, and in fact, if you were going to do, let's say, a radio ad campaign, you wouldn't want to say, oh, we'll just play it once a day, every day. What you would want to do is pick 2 weeks and just let them hear it over and over and over, which is why I love doing campaigns. And I say this because you don't have to bombard your audience all the time, but you can have campaigns where you go a little stronger and then you still post every day on the not non-campaign days, but you post a little heavier. This allows you to have time to prepare and really put together some really great content and do a little bit more planning. All right? So that is how we are going to get visible, and it also assists in being remembered. One key point that I really want to make here for you today on being remembered is that sometimes people don't always remember your name, right? So I would want to either say my name often, make sure that it's in the marketing. You might want to publicize it a little more if you want them to remember your name really well. If you have a name that is not easily remembered, then you might need to put something in there to help them remember, right? Like, so it's like, I joke because a lot of times I'll say, "Hey, I'm Izzy," and people will think I'm saying I'm busy. And so then we make a little joke about it, and I talk about, well, yeah, I am often busy, busy Izzy, and make some fun little jokes, and that will help them in remembering my name. But I also want them to have a strong association with what it is I do. So that hopefully, as you continue to see get visible, get visible, get visible, you will associate that so that if you do forget my name and you go to Google and you type in get visible because you're trying to find me, that association will be there. So I would need to have an SEO component within my marketing to ensure that when they do type that in. But I am the one through my branding, through my social media content, I get to make those associations. But you have to have clarity in order to do that. So you have to be very firm and very clear in what it is you're offering. Now, some people think I have it all together 100% of the time. I'm human, right? And you are human too. And occasionally I will start to rework. I'll get a wild I'm from Kentucky. For those who from Kentucky, I get a lot of these sayings. Get a wild bug and I decide that, oh, I'm going to change up my offering or I'm going to change up my program. And I start to add all of these program offerings and it starts to create confusion. Within your marketing, it needs to be super clear. Now, on your backside, you can have many different offerings and you can have a menu, but that is not what you put up front. Okay. That's a whole nother conversation. We'll go into that more. But what you're advertising and what you're marketing, right? Like, I want to invite you to my 7-day social media challenge. When you sign up for the 7-day social media challenge, you will have the option of getting a complimentary social media audit. No strings attached, no sales pitch. I'm just going to help you for 15 minutes and give you some input on your social media strategy. This is super crisp and clear. You understand what I'm saying. You should understand the steps that you sign up for it. You're going to have the option to get your 15-minute complimentary session. And then, of course, you know that you're signing up for a 7-day social media challenge. So I also would love for you to join the Facebook group, which is where that social media challenge is going to be taking place. So you want the steps super crystal clear. Now, how I'm going about that, how I'm marketing it, I have to be very careful. And this is what I'm saying, like getting visible and being remembered. If I am telling you about this offer and I'm telling you about this offer and I'm telling you about my 7-day social media challenge within my marketing, it's going to start to get clouded and confusing. So for the month of January, leading up to the 7-day social media challenge, I'm trying to really only talk about truly like the offer is the 7-day social media challenge. Now, if you want to attend, great. If you don't want to attend, you can at least associating me with understanding social media so much that I'm creating a 7-day challenge and essentially a mini course. I want to keep putting that in front of your face and I want to keep putting information out as well. So during that time, I can also be putting out blog posts to tell you why social media is so important, giving you some key tips. Now, and hopefully you're correlating this with your subject matter. And then during the 7-day social media, I can be putting out blog posts that correlate with the key topics that we're discussing each day. I hope this makes it clear on how you can get visible and get remembered, to be remembered. So, also showing up, last point, in order for someone to know you, they need to like you and they need to trust you. In order to build that know, like, and trust factor, you need to create content that is consumable, content that is clear, and content that is pointing to what you want to be remembered for. So I suggest, as kind of a little mini homework, I can't help myself, I am a teacher, that write down, I would say 3 to 5 words that you want people to associate with you. So if you were going to craft your 3 to 5 hashtags that are specifically for you, those hashtags can be a combination of like get visible would be more of a signature one, but they can also be like, this is my file folder of social media and I want to be known for social media. So create those 3 to 5 hashtags that you can start to add to any and all of your posts that will also help with your SEO. All right, I'm Izzy Nally. Please sign up for the 7-day social media challenge. If you don't have that link yet, you can drop a comment, say need the link or 7-day social media challenge. And I will get that to you. If you want to continue to learn more about getting visible, and you'd like to have a chat just to explore what that looks like for you and to see if we'd be a good fit. Again, I'm not a big like, let me hound you for sales and make you feel uncomfortable. I am a trauma informed therapist, so I don't do that. If you would like to learn more about getting visible, then type in get visible, or you can put a G in the chat as well. And I will talk to you later.